You already know, Cowboy Nation. It's time. My name is Paul Spencer. We're going to put here about 20 seconds from here. But, Dave, I got one question. Are you ready?
You know I'm ready.
Well, Dave, let's say it, man. Here we go.
We
Ready to go.
go.
What's going on, Dave? How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Dude, I'm stoked, man. About 45 minutes away here. The wings are in the oven. Everything's ready to go. The mac and cheese is in the oven. I am ready to go. The hot sauce is ready to go. I feel like Cole Beasley's going to show up with the hot sauce today, brother. That's how hyped I am, bro.
He just might be in the stand somewhere. You never know.
Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to show up in the stands, but I tell you what, I know DeMarcus Ware is going to be there today. I mean, DeMarcus Ware is going to be live today. He's going to be out there. Zeke's supposed to be making an appearance too.
I was going to say, number 21 is going to show up. I know that for a fact.
You know what? But I know one dude's going to show up. It's called this guy right here, CD Lamb. I know he's going to be in the house today.
Oh, he better show up today. Ready to go, baby.
Yes. Well, Dave, let's talk about this, man. Hey, listen, thank God we're not road warriors. You know, road, we're not that great on. We don't score as much, but home, man, we are at home. We're 8-0, basically 16-0 at home the last 2 years here, Dave. So let's talk about this at home, the 2 seed versus the 7 seed Green Bay Packers, who, Dave, they are pretty hot, bro.
Right now they are. They got hot at the right time. You know, they've won what 4 out of 5, whatever it was to get into that playoff spot. Good for them. They Jordan Love's playing well. You know, they sneaked into that 7th spot, and you know, like I said, sometimes that 7th spot's sneaky, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, listen, you know, when you're 7th seed, you know, you're the lowest of the seeds coming into the playoffs. You have everything to play for, but really nothing to lose here. You're playing with house money here. And I tell you what, we'll talk about Green Bay here. You know, that Green Bay Packers team is a thorn in our ass. We know that going back to, you know, Dez caught it back in the day here, you know, the frozen tundra games like that. But Dave, you know, the one saving grace, I don't want to say saving grace here, but Aaron Rodgers is not playing. Thank God we won't see the Rodgers connection. The Rodgers killing us. You know, we don't see that. But man, I want to talk about Jordan Love here, dude. You know, he sat the clipboard basically 2 to 3 years here behind Aaron Rodgers. Finally got his chance, but when he's given his chance, he loses Lazard. He loses, you know, great wide receivers, Cobb. He loses this foundation of wide receivers here. But man, he's got Watson. He's got Romeo Doubs now. The kid is playing, man. The kid's playing pretty damn good.
He's got Watson, Dobbs. He's got Aaron Jones behind him, and A.J. Dillon is questionable. As if last I checked, I wasn't sure about that.
No, everybody's active. Everybody's active today.
Last I checked, he was still questionable with his game time decision as far as I looked. Yeah, this kid Jordan Love is really showing what he's got. I think, you know, being under Rodgers for all those years, or what, 3 or 4, at least 3 years, right? Maybe 4. Kid's stepping up, and he's proven everybody wrong so far. He's done a great job, and I'm, you know, more power to him. You know, I still think Green Bay's a year away, but we'll see. You know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the running game's nice. I mean, of course they got a good running game. You know, A.J. Dillon here. You know, Aaron Jones is a great running game to suffice. So, you know, a young quarterback, not a young quarterback, but a scheme quarterback who hasn't been in the league really for a year and a half now, basically, if you think about it. You know, but this kid has the weapons. Christian Watson, I love watching him come from college. I thought he was going to be a great wide asset to this team. Romeo Doubs, we know he's a flyer. When he's healthy, he's great too. And the other guy is Jaden Reed. I love watching Jaden Reed, the other wide receiver, the third wide receiver, the slot guy.
Yeah, that kid's scary. He's good. He can be. He's one of those. You know, he's like a wild card. This kid. You don't know he's coming. You know.
And, you know, a couple of years going back, Dave, when we had that Rodgers connection that killed us on the sideline on that third down, you know, take the game away from us, just blow our heart away.
Dak's rookie year.
Yeah, and they do got another tight end, Luke Musgrave. He's a nice tight end, too. He's very talented as well. So they have the weapons. But what scares you on this season? I know we talked about last show, Dave, that running game between Dillon, you know, and, of course, Aaron Jones there. What do you think? I know they're a little banged up coming into the game, but man, you know, like playoff, there's that thing called adrenaline, Dave. You know, like we're doing a show, we're getting hyped up for the show. I might have a sore throat, but I'm still going to scream, brother. You know what I mean? You know,
well, like you said, going into the what scares me, like, but I said it before on Wednesday's show. I said that the running game, A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones, and because we know Dallas in the running game isn't the greatest, so and we've gotten better last 2 or 3 games. We've actually stopped the run. Not as bad it was like it was in Buffalo, but you know. Yeah, but we did stop the run for the most part. I just don't know. Love likes to throw the ball too. So I know our secondary's got to be ready to go. Our linebackers got to be ready to go. Deron Bland, step up, make some plays like we normally do. I think they're going to be fine. Like I said, they're a 7-point favorite for a reason.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm throwing all point schemes out there, Dave. You know, I just don't know today. I got a little good feeling and a little bad feeling as well. But going back to that running game, when you got, you know, strong runners like the, you know, A.J. Dillon and, of course, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, this Dallas Cowboy team has given up a lot of yards on the ground. You talk about our front four, Dave. It is nasty. You think about it. Lawrence, Hankins, Odighizuwa, Dorrance Armstrong, Mozzie coming off the bench, Gallimore coming off the bench. That 6-man rotation there is nasty. We're not even talking about Parsons on the edge here. We're not even talking about him. But this Dallas team does give up a lot of yards on the ground. That's what scares me because, Dave, who would have thought James Cook would have ran on us? Who would have thought James Conner would have ran on us? And the it doesn't make sense to me because you can hold Raheem Mostert to a certain extent. You can hold DeAndre Swift to a certain extent. But some teams you play down to their potential. I'm not saying James Cook is a lackluster back, but it goes against what we do, Dave. Sometimes we get over aggressive. You go back to games where we played over aggressive, trying to get to the QB because you got to get to you got to get to Jordan Love. He's a rookie quarterback in the playoff, making his first appearance. You got to get to him, show him different looks. But when you become too aggressive, Dave, holes open up and you don't play disciplined football. You don't play gap football with the linebackers here. And that, to me, scares me a little bit because Dallas that's the iffy, Dave, the running game versus the running game here.
You're not kidding, Paul. You're not kidding. We've seen, like I said, James Cook, like you said, and James Conner for Arizona. Two good running backs though. Come on, they're solid. James Conner, he's no joke. That guy can play. We all know what he's about. I don't know what to say. What can you do? You just got to play defense. Linebackers got to stay in their lanes. Don't get beat.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
I think Gilmore I think Gilmore has a good day today. I just do. I just think
I think it's going to be a balanced game. We'll talk about the Green Bay offense, which we're talking about now. The running game, they're going to have to open up the running game too because they know how to. Every team has a way that's been shown to beat the Cowboys this year. You set up a good running game, and that opens up lanes for your wide receivers. Running that progression tree. They do have great wide receivers. Watts can take the roof off of them. We know he had his breakout game against us last year. 3 TDs.
Yes, he did.
You remember that game. Romeo Dobbs, he can play. Of course, Jaden Reed's a young high flyer too. He's great when he's healthy too. Musgraves is a great tight end. Running game we don't have to talk about. We know about that. But Dallas has to play disciplined football here, man. They got to show different looks. I've been on this season all year long, yelling, even though we win, saying, your front seven has to be discipline number one. Stay in your plate assignment football, gap control football. But the other thing is, there's games, Dave, where we lost, where there was no stunts, no twists. This became a vanilla pass rush team, team on the front seven. You got to stunt and twist against this team because Green Bay doesn't have the best offensive line, Dave, but they don't. They're a team philosophy front five. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you got to show a little bit more scheme today. You definitely
put pressure on Love. Make him bad throws. And maybe things will go our way. Maybe the ball bounce on our direction.
Yep. Agree 100%. Yeah. Matt Dukencheck, a great friend of mine. I want some good games today. All I need is a CD in the first half and a Dallas loss. Well, you'll get the CD touchdown, but you won't get the Dallas loss, Matt.
You'll get the down. That ain't happening. Matt, come on, bro.
Matt's a good friend. Matt is a great friend. He holds a great place in my heart. I've known Matt.
You've mentioned Matt many times on past shows. Yeah.
Good guy. I just posted a picture of that going back years and years ago. Man, I think this was like when Matt was maybe like 9 or 10 years old. I put a picture on there where I'm wearing a Dallas Cowboys shirt coaching, and he was in the front row next to my son. So kind of brought tears back to me,
Hey, memories are a good thing. Memories are a good thing.
Yeah. And Matt's now, he's got a family. The only thing bad about it, he's still an Eagles fan, but it is what it is.
We can't forgive him for that, but that's okay.
Nah, it's all good. But get back to this game here, Dave. That's going to be the key control here. You got to control the running game. You got to control Dillon, of course. You got to control, Aaron Jones. That's how they're going to open this up too. If Dallas can control that, I think we have an advantage here because our offense is a lot stronger and more elite than the Packers' offense. We're at home. We score faster, but I don't want this to get in a shootout because there's always that thing called house money that Jordan loves playing with, Dave.
Yeah, he is, and this is his first playoff game, Paul. You got to be on. This is like he'll have little jitters too. He's going to go in there, he's not going to be, exactly 100%, going in there confident because when you're a rookie like this going into a playoff game, it's a lot. It takes a lot out of you.
But Dave, you look at that other side of the coin there. Dak has the whole world on his shoulders, basically. You're at home, you're 8-0.
It's true.
You got a rookie coming in, that's fine. You're playing on your first playoff game, but this is Dak Prescott, quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He doesn't have the of course, the first playoff game, the first playoff win.
Well,
This
Dak's
is a
been there,
home
done
game
that.
where,
I mean,
but he has the whole world and 90 billion people watching this game saying which Dak is going to show up. He has more pressure than anyone on today's games, and that's going for the whole playoffs.
If it's the Dak that's been through all season, I think we're going to be okay. I mean, he's been playing awesome this year. He really has. I mean, his numbers don't lie. 36 touchdowns, 9 picks.
No, he has a great year this year. I can't take anything away from that. I can't take away that, Dave. But
if Dak just does his game and does runs the offense like he knows how, gets Cooks in the game, I think we'll be okay. I really do.
Now here's the thing, Gilmore coming off the injury last week, he's a little banged up.
Scares me a little bit.
He is ready to go. He stays on the side, of course. That's probably going to be the Dobbs side or Christian Watson. I'd rather see Deron Bland on Christian Watson's side because there's a little bit more speed there. Watson has that breakaway speed. We've seen what he can do against many teams this year, getting into the secondary level. But I think today, Dave, the big question to me is going to be one thing on defense. That is going to be Jerron Kearse and Donovan Wilson playing secondary on both sides.
Yep. I hear you.
You got to have safety help today because these guys can get downfield. They can blow the roof off, AT&T Stadium here. So that's what I want to see. The safety play has to be great.
To get that crowd rocking, get that defense going, put pressure on Love, make some even Donovan Wilson pick, a Deron Bland pick, anything. Just get that crowd rolling. And once that turnover goes, Paul, then we roll. You know that.
Yeah, I don't think it's good. I don't think there's going to be a pick today, Dave. I think it's going to be control game, contain game. I think they're probably going to try. To me, if it's I'm Dan Quinn. I'm not Dan Quinn. I wish I was. But that's smartness, that elite. But to me, I think he's just going to say to the team like, hey, listen, momentum, ride the wave today, ride the momentum.
Right.
Keep what's in front of you. Don't let it behind you because if you get behind you, that's 7 points. They have the talent to get behind you. But I think Dan Quinn just keeps everything in front of him, plays aggressive football with the front seven. I think the linebackers. I don't think the linebackers are a big play today. I think they try to control the middle of the field because Green Bay is LaFleur is a level quarterback, level talent OC basically, who puts players in positions to run, first level, mid range, deep level, secondary level. They play fundamental football. That's what they look to do. Dallas does the same thing when they're on point, Dave. But
so are you seeing a running? So you're telling me you're seeing a running game today for Green Bay? Is that what you're saying?
They're going to have to open it up with their running game, Dave. I mean, that's what I want to see. That's what we'll talk about our offense in a second. But I think Green Bay has to open up with the running game here because Dallas is very talented at the running game. At times we can show elite.
At times,
but if you open up that run game against this front seven, then that opens up so much momentum for on them, saying that, hey, listen, we can run on this front seven. They're supposed to be elite. Okay, now you know what? You have to bring that extra guy down the middle. You have to bring in someone like Donovan Wilson or someone from the secondary coming down. I think Marquise Bell has to come down too. He's playing linebacker. I think
Marquise Bell's got to be a big key today. That's true.
The thing is, Marquise Bell has to stay on Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave's a great tight end also, so he has to stay on there. So basically, you're playing 6-on-5 here. Opposite the tight end. So it's going to come down to me for that safety play. I think the safeties are really the X factor in this game for me. But I'd like to see Parsons line up in different positions, Dave. I don't want to see him on the edge there a lot. I really don't.
Yeah, I think he'll be moving around pretty much all day. When you think about it, they'll put him in spots where they're not seeing him.
I mean, he's going to be lined up against Rasheed Walker pretty much all day long. He's given up a couple sacks. They're not really a covered sack team. Love gets the ball fast. He holds the ball a little bit too long sometimes.
He does. I was watching film of him not too long ago.
And that's what I mean. And that's good in a way that he holds the ball because that's telling me that the offensive line is doing their job, of course, and that's something we can't have today. We got to get to the quarterback fast. We got to have that time, that clock in Jordan Love's head saying, okay, 1, 2, 3, damn, they're here. I got to get the ball off fast. The longer you hold it, no DB in the world. I don't care if you're Jarrell Revis. I don't care who. I hate Jarrell Revis, by the way. Anyway, you know why, Dave. But
Revis Island.
and his cousin has a sword. We know.
Yeah, he got you twice.
losing to him in Pop Warner football, last 4 years, twice a year has but it's bad anyway. But I don't care what DB you are, you're not going to hold, you're not going to contain anybody for 5 seconds. So we got to get pressure on the front four here, of course. So Dave, let's switch this a little bit to the offense side of the ball versus their defense side of the ball, real quick.
Our offense at home is sick. We put up at home. We put at least 30, 35 points on the board with our offense. I'm seeing a lot of, honestly, I'm going to be honest. I'm seeing a lot of Ferguson today, and I think you're going to see a lot of Brandon Cooks today too.
I think so too. I mean, we'll talk about Jaheir Alexander.
Lamb's going to be covered, which is fine, and it is what it is. If Alexander's playing, I don't know, but with Lamb, Cooks, Ferguson, I'm still waiting for Michael Gallup to show up. That's what I'm waiting for.
Oh, Dave, you know what? I went to Walmart yesterday and there was no milk on the shelves because of the snowstorm and all the windstorm we're having. So I don't know if he's still on the MIA milk card. I have no idea.
I know he's on the team. I just don't know. I don't see a Gallup sighting very often. So.
I don't know, Dave, but I'll tell you what. Let's get a couple comments here.
Okay, cool.
Bubba checking in. What's going on, Bubba? Long time no see. How you been, brother? Good.
Bubba, what's up, buddy?
He said, "Go Packers." Hey, listen,
oh man,
it's all right. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
What's with these fans going with the pack today? I don't get it.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Just thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. But the thing is, yeah, you're right, Dave. I think it's going to be a Gallup show if he shows up today. I think it could be good. The thing is today, Dave, I really want to attack Carney King Valentine. Their right cornerback. I really want to attack him. Jair Alexander is playing. He's a little hobbled still, but he
is playing. Last I checked, his ankles wasn't because he got hurt in practice.
He's active today. Active is a big word that we're going to use today. He is active. Game time decision, but he is active. So I think he will go. I don't think anybody's going to miss this game here today. But the thing is, I CD Lamb in a slot, of course, is a mismatch to any team out there. But
no doubt,
when you have a corner like a Jair Alexander, who is an elite corner, I'll put him on the island of Green Bay on their team for their team.
Yeah,
but the thing is, too, you put it to me. I'm not putting the Lamb on him a lot. I'm letting the Lamb move around to where he wants, where he's best in the slot, outside, opposite of Alexander. I want him to go against Valentine. I want him to go against him. But the other thing is, I want Cooks on Jair Alexander. I want Gallup. I want Tolbert on Alexander. Reason why is because, you know what? When you're coming off a bad ankle, Dave, what do I want to do? Even if I'm a decoy, you know what? This is why I say Gallup a lot. Gallup has that speed of a gazelle, right?
And he can jump. That's for sure.
Well, I don't even care if he can jump today.
I'm just saying that jump balls. That's his specialty.
Sure, but here's the thing. I'm going to take him and play a decoy today because we know he's been a decoy all season long, Gallup. So, Dave, if I know you're banged up, you're hobbled a little bit with that injury, that freak accident you had jogging in practice, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch that field with you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make you run, 5 miles in the first half, trying to cover one of my best, fastest wide receivers who doesn't really – he's not even in our playbook right now. I'm going to stretch you and get you out of the game. And then I'm going to attack you on the other side with Lamb, with the opposite of if it Gallops on him, take the Brandon Cooks. Make the linebackers cover Hendershot, make them cover Ferguson. That's what I want to see. They got to play a chess match today, Dave, other than checkers today. They have to. And this is my thing, Dave. I want to ask you this real quick. Mike McCarthy, Green Bay Packers. Okay.
Yes. Revenge
Dave,
game.
I do want to say revenge game, but Dave, I want to say a lot of coaches and fans say this. We heard this on one of the other show when we did our show. Someone said that who knows that team better? Well, McCarthy knows the team, but Dave, 90% of the players are gone from that team.
We're gone by the time he was even there. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't know the tendencies of LaFleur.
I don't think anybody's there that he was there.
I don't think so either. I don't really
know. Not to my knowledge. Unless,
I don't really think there is anybody, honestly, if you really think about it.
I don't think there is either. No,
yeah. I think Runyon was there, honestly. That's probably
I don't even think he was there.
I don't even know. Let's go back years.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Bubba says, I've been good getting ready for this game. Yeah, me too, brother. I can't wait as well. Just saw the video of the fans rushing into AT&T Stadium. Yeah, that's something crazy, David. Have you seen that?
I didn't see that yet. No, I haven't checked it. I've been tuning everything out until game time. Yeah,
as soon as they open the doors, Dave, it's like they bomb rush. It's like
well, they do that all the time. That's just
but it's awesome. It's just like you're at a great adventure, where we're at here, and it's like as soon as the gate opens, you want to jump and be the first one in line on King to Ka. That's
on that roller coaster. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, damn, me, brother, listen. I'm gonna get there when I get there. Okay.
That's what I feel the same way. It's not going anywhere. So it's like the ocean. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I wish I would get an ocean right now. But get back to this game.
Too cold to be on the beach.
Well, hey, I'll take anything. Today it's 16 degrees today, and it's like howling winds today. So I'll take any kind of weather today, buddy.
Yeah,
but,
it's
Dave,
crazy.
Let's get back to this. I mean, how do you see Mike McCarthy attacking this? Because Dave, you know what? It's emotions. Yes, I get that, but Dave,
I think the emotions are gone. I think the emotions are gone. That was a year or two ago. He's done with that. He's going to attack this game like he normally does. It's going to be. It's just another game in a book. That's all it is for him.
Is there anything you're worried about, Dave? Hey, Eddie, what's going on, brother?
Am I worried? Just Clock management scares me a little bit. To be honest with you.
Really?
Oh yeah, with McCarthy, absolutely.
Well, Eddie says blink the Packers.
We have seen this in the past, So I mean,
yeah,
but
I don't see clock management, Dave. I don't see it that way.
If they're up 14, 21 points going into the third quarter, I'm okay with it. I'm just saying,
I'll tell you what scares me, Dave. It's called lack of running game, Dave.
Yeah, I want to see a lot of Tony Pollard today. I'm hoping to see that. A lot of play action from Dak. We'll see.
Well, Dave, here's the thing. You can't set up play action when you don't have a run. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if you put, what does Tony Pollard do best? Though a little, dump over, and he can go. Like we saw that last year.
I get that, but you know what? That's to me is like, okay, that's your linebacker play there. But if you don't have that running game, because you know what, I'm type of coach, Dave. I try to balance everything out. If I'm not going to have a running game, I'm going to show you that I'm just going to spread the ball around here. I'm going to spread it around, but with no running game, to me, Pollard is not what it is this year. I give the guy credit, Dave. I always say if you're in the NFL, you're elite. You're to me, you're elite.
He's actually ran good the last 2 games, though. I'll give him that much.
But Dave, you're okay. Last week he averaged 3.6 yards a carry. Over the season, he's averaging 1.9 for 15 games this year, Dave. And it's not what it needs to be. This is playoff football. Dave, the saving grace is you're inside. You're not in cold. You're not playing in Buffalo. You're not playing in Kansas City, where Mahomes get his helmet cracked just from a hit, a illegal.
Was that insane or what? Oh my Lord!
But you know what? I don't even want to talk about that because I have so much to say about the referees. It's bullshit that referees save teams just like the referees.
Yeah, you did go off on the group chat last night.
I did. I mean, it's bullshit. I'm sorry to say that people watching the show. We have 18 live viewers. I appreciate you guys a lot of time. And let us know how you feel about when we get final predictions here. But I don't even care about that. Referees, they save games, they lose games for teams.
That's their job.
Regardless of what team you root for. They've won us games. They lost us games. And Dave, how I'll say something real quick. 2 weeks ago when we won that Detroit game, what did I say? You came on a win as a win. I was like, no, screw that. We lost that game because we should have lost that game. Very simple. Because the refs, right?
Yeah. But that wasn't the case, and we're here now, so we're good.
We're here, but rest control games. That should have been a huge penalty on Kansas City, getting the timeout, whatever. Play clock stopped. The world stopped for that play. Put it that way.
The world did stop for a good 30 seconds.
But yeah, this game, Dave, you have to get a running game here. I mean, I don't care. To me, you can't abandon the run here, Dave, because if you abandon the run, you just like you said, you put Pollard, play action here, get him in the slot, get a little swing pass to him. He's great there in open field. But Dave, if you're not going to have a running game, you know what? I'm taking that extra block, that guy coming down to the block, and I'm putting him, I'm going to drop him to a middle linebacker, mid-level here, and then I'm going to run like maybe a 4-4, basically, an extra linebacker, and I'm putting him on CD's side. I'm going to run a spy, not on Prescott. I'm going to put a spy on CD, the extra guy, because I don't have to put a linebacker. I could bring in another secondary player and put him on Lamb. That, to me, pisses me off because you've got to have a running game in this game, Dave.
I agree. You might see a lot of Rico, too. Who knows?
You know what? I tell you what. I'd rather see Rico, honestly, because Rico is that north and south runner where he puts his helmet down.
And we've seen that, many times. Yeah.
And what have I said about Tony Pollard? Tony Pollard is that jump cut guy. Dave, what bothers me is last year he hit the hole fast. He's seen the hole. He took the hole, opened the hole. This year I see the hole. It's going to close. I'm going to bounce. My word step is a right left, jump cut. I don't see it this year. Rico comes. Game, puts the helmet down, and hell, shit, I ain't gonna lie. Deuce Vaughn's got in the game and put his helmet down a couple times, Dave.
Yeah, he has. I agree. Yeah, I mean, offensive line just got a block. Well, Zach Martin is back this week because he wasn't there last week. So
that was a good thing. They both sat out last week. Tyler Smith sat out. Zach Martin sat out.
It was it was good. Absolutely, gave him extra week of rest.
Yep. Joe checks in. Joe Solomon checking in. You can check him out tomorrow night, right before the Eagles game on the Sully Squad, 6 p.m. Check him out on our network here, just to make sure the game goes over 51. I can see the game going over 51. I do see that. But
I'd see you 51.
That's a smart bet. Eddie says Green Bay has a no running game either. Now, is Aaron Jones out? I seen he was in.
No Aaron Jones?
I seen he was questionable.
He said no Aaron Jones. Oh,
I know that, but I'm just saying he's questionable. He says he is active. Everybody is active here.
Well, Eddie just said no Aaron Jones. Is that
Eddie? Let me know if there's something that came off the wire because I'm looking at it right now and they're saying he is playing, of course. Eddie says 4 yards per catch is a bare minimum running action. I agree with that. That's a standard here. Dave, I'm a philosopher, always saying, what do I say in little league football that I coach? 4 times 3 is a first down, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. That's why, Eddie, I agree with that 100%. 4 times 3 is a first down. You got to run that ball, of course. So running 1.9 and 2.6 for the whole year with Tony Pollard is a franchise caliber contract running back coming off a huge year last year. No, I want to see a little bit more. I really do.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yep. Pollard has been too much a dancer. I completely agree. He
has been dancing. Yes.
Dave, I'll tell you what, the one word that I used years ago was Le'Veon Bell, how he's a smart runner. He's a finesse power runner who looks for the hole to open. Tony Pollard has become that, not with the power, but what he does is he likes to wait, find the hole, and go. He bounces.
That's the Le'Veon Bell way. He's been doing that for years. Yeah.
And I agree with that, Eddie, 100%. I thought he was out. I'm looking at it now. He said he is in. The only person that is questionable, of course, is going to be A.J. Dillon. But
A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, that's the only person I'm seeing right now. If we see anything else come across the wire, we'll definitely put that in there. Bubba says, kind of off topic, I just want to say I leave these type channels way more than ESPN because they always have millionaires with egos thinking their opinion is better than anyone else. Appreciate you guys. Hey, Bubba, thank you. You've been
Bubba, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
You've been with us for a long time now, man. As I always say, we have Packers fans watching the show. We have Cowboy fans. We have other teams watching you, especially yourself being not even either one. It's all opinionated, man. I'm not going to come on here and say Dallas is going to win a Super Bowl, even though I wish they would. But we keep it real here. It's opinionated.
Don't say the S word.
The what? The what?
Don't say the S word.
Hey, Dave, prove me wrong. That's all I'm going to say. That was the
I hear you. I know. Hey, but Bubba, thank you, man. We really appreciate that comment. That was nice.
Definitely. He's too banged up. I don't know, man. I don't know if he will play. If he's he says if Jones doesn't play, he won't be effective. I understand that, but you have that two-headed dragon. I think this is like the beginning of this show, Eddie. I said, if I got a sore throat and I'm going to come on here and we're talking about the game today, if I got a sore throat, Dave, I'm not going to shut up. I'm going to come on here screaming. I think adrenaline takes over many times, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it is because it could be a decoy. It could be his mind game in there. Who knows?
Who's to say?
ESPN has no experts. Yeah, there's a couple on there that I can't stand. I don't watch any ESPN. Honestly, I really don't. I can't stand anyone on there.
I agree. They have no experts. I agree with that.
Hell, you know what? I talk about it. And I don't even get paid a penny. So I'll tell you my opinion. I don't get paid a cent. When these guys get millions of dollars to hoop, holler, and scream, that ain't me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. You got to be realistic with your opinion. Exactly. I mean, my job, Eddie, to you guys, Eddie's a Cowboy fan, but Eddie and I, disagree on many things as well. Dave and I disagree. But my thing is this, my job to me is it's opinionated, of course, saying what I feel. What I feel is what I feel. What you feel is you feel. But my job to me is, Dave, if you don't agree with me, but my job is to make you see what I feel, to maybe say, okay, I kind of see that. Your job's the same thing to me. We're not experts. It's opinionated. That's what the great thing about it is, Dave. Yep. But Dave, real quick, we're going to be on here for another 5 minutes. We got to get games. My wings are in the damn oven. I'm ready to go, Dave. Here's the thing. Okay. What is the X factor on this game here, Dave? I'll let you go first with this one. On both sides of the ball, what's the key X factor on this game?
Take Jordan Love off his game. Don't let him.
How do you do it?
You got to put pressure on him all day. Don't let him stay in the pocket all day because he'll kill you. He'll knock you. I mean, that's what he does best anyway. There's the ball. So put pressure on Jordan Love. Stop the running game. Stop their running game. If AJ Dillon is playing, I don't know. Aaron Jones does scare me because that boy can play. We all know what he's about. And just take away the receivers. I know that's pretty much what it is. We just hold our own. We'll be fine. I think we'll be all right.
Okay, I kind of agree. I think to me it's more going to be put everything aside. Not chess match, but put revenge aside. Put all that aside. Get it out of your system right now. This is 2024 here. New team, new regime, both head coaches. New philosophy, new team, new roster. To me, here's the thing. There's got to be two things. There's an X factor to me. The one word I know what Romeo Dobbs is. I know what Aaron Jones is.
Yeah, he scares me a little bit too.
I know what Christian Watson is. One person is. I always look at. We look at CeeDee Lamb being a slot. He's a slot guy. Slot guys are usually the third wide receiver in your depth chart. CeeDee is one to us. The third guy on their roster is Jaden Reed. Okay, that to me right there is going to be the guy because Dave, our third string corner, Dave, is not the greatest. Dave, you think about this, okay? A lot of time, who is it? It's Donovan Wilson coming down from the secondary. It is, a Jaywan Kearse playing that. It's usually if we don't pull out a Marquise Bell on the slot. That's who covers it. Jaden Reed is a different animal compared to slot receivers we played in the past, Dave. That to me is the key factor. But Mike McCarthy, man, listen to me, brother, please. You cannot abandon this run today. If you're getting 2 yards of carry, please just don't make Dak come out and throw the ball 50 times.
Like 50 times, yeah.
You got to play fundamental, balanced football. I could take 60-40 pass. I could take that, 65 up to 70. But, brother, you got to run this ball today. And if they're aggressive, brother, come out and give me a couple screens. Give me a couple tight end screens.
That's what I want to see. I want to see some screens with Pollard. Yeah, I mean,
you got to keep this Packer team off balance, bro. You got to keep them.
Exactly.
The word I use is honest. You got to keep a defense honest, Dave. And when you throw the ball 50 times a game, brother, you can drop back and pin your ears, back in the secondary, because your job then is to keep it in front of you. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That's what scares me.
Well, their defensive front isn't the greatest either. So I think we'll be all right with that.
I mean, they've been getting pressures. I love their linebackers.
Oh, they have, but I don't think they're as good. I mean, they're not.
I love Devontae Campbell. I love Quad Walker.
Devontae Campbell's a player.
Preston Smith scares me too. He's great off the edge there as a wide side linebacker. So he's good too. But we'll get.
I haven't seen much Green Bay this year. I have to be honest. We haven't seen Green Bay all season. Well, I haven't anyway.
I watch them all, Dave. I watch all the games. So yeah.
I get it. No, I understand. But we haven't seen Green Bay. We didn't see them this season. So.
Eddie says, Mike McCarthy cannot afford not to make it. Exactly. We'll talk about that on the next show. If he loses today, he's not going to lose today. We'll talk about that. The hot seats, he might be in the coach's carousel too, but we'll talk about that.
I think he's aware of that too. He knows.
Of course he is, man. You got a roster, on paper, you're a legitimately top 3 in the roster every year, depth chart on this roster, what we have top to bottom, and you're lacking an NFC championship, not NFC East, but NFC championship.
Right.
To me, I grade coaches of what have you done for me lately? And brother, you know what? Ever since Jimmy Johnson, no coach has done anything for me lately. You know what I mean?
Barry Switzer doesn't count.
Dave, listen. Listen, Dave, don't please, Dave. I hate to say this. I'm probably going to get banned for saying this, but I'm going to say it. My blind neighbor down the street in Death could have won a Super Bowl with that.
Hey, I said this just to see what your reaction is going to be.
Dave, you just riled me up with that. You know that, Dave. You know how I feel about Barry Switzer. The monkey in the room that could have won with anything. Anybody could have won that, Dave. Hell.
This is true.
Dave, a newborn could have said, I'm going to win with this team. You know what I mean? Come on, Dave. Bubba says, I wanted Dolphins win last night, but I knew they were going to lose. Yeah, I tell you what, I thought it could go on both ways, but we'll talk about that.
I think, honestly, but I think the weather had a lot to do with that last night. I really do.
It did.
It just was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Eddie says, take away Drayden Reed. I agree with that one, too. That slot receiver could be the X factor there because they have 2 deep receivers. Romeo Doubs and Washington can take the roof off. And I think that slot guy, if they take the roof off, that secondary is going to be open there. And that's a lot of third corner play plus linebacker play. I always talk about levels of wide receiver progression. This guy, I think he could be the X factor in the middle. We'll get to the comments for Dave before we get out of here. That was Jimmy's team 100%. I agree with that one. Exactly.
Oh, we all know. I was just said to have fun with it. I wanted to see what he was going to say. I really did.
Yeah. Bleep Switzer 100%, brother. Like I said, a blind guy and a deaf guy could have coached that team and won a Super Bowl, regardless of what he had,
Right.
Bubba says, basically, because I'm at work, a sports sport during the holidays in Florida, if the Dolphins made it to the Super Bowl, I would have got a little more work and extra money. Hey, I understand that, brother. I understand that. Definitely. Oh, my God, yeah. Hey, but you know what? Hey, enjoy the game today. Enjoy that weather because up here it's about 20 degrees. Dave's about 30 degrees. I'm about 12 degrees. So
yeah, about 32, 33 here.
Enjoy that weather. And you know what? Next year, Bubba, let me know exactly where you're at in Florida because – no, next year I'm not coaching that. I'm coaching JV football.
You're JV coach now, bud.
JV coach now, offensive coordinator JV. Eddie says, Dave, don't make me come to that screen. Talk about Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer there.
I was.
All right, Dave. Real quick before we get out
I was just, Oh,
I get it. Dave, before we get out, let's give our sponsors a nod out there. Hey, Monkey Cold Coffee out there.com. Evolution of flavor infused coffee, bourbon chocolate chip, toasted nut, coconut rum, Samaritan blend, organic Peru Florida, and their new honey agave brand. Please reach out to them. Use monkeycoldcoffee.com for all your needs. Use promo code OTBS Sports. Make sure you get a t-shirt, K-Cups, cold beer diffusers, travel mugs, whatever you want. They got it. Make sure you use promo code OTBS Sports out there, of course, for your greatest coffee. Of course, it's going to be a great weekend of football, so you're going to need it. Also, guys, 1-800-HURT-123, Attorney Jason Fine, Attorney Big Al, motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workman's comp, personal energy claims. Reach out to them. 3 convenient locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. First, the Garden State, Cherry Hill, 3 Greensward Lane. Also, my neck of the woods, Pittsburgh, PA, 500 Grand Street, and that city that's trashy and ugly down there right now, Philadelphia, PA, 1628 JFK. Also, guys, make sure you mention Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. You get the product rate up 33%. No recovery, no fee. And also, guys, listen, I tell you what. I think we're going to be swamped on Tuesday because of the fact the Eagles played the Bucs. The Bucs are going to win this game. So everybody's going to be calling Jason Fine at 1-800-HURT-123. Reason? You know what? There is a thing called defamation of character, fraud related. You believed in a fraud team called the Philadelphia Eagles. So you know what? Reach out to Jason Fine and tell him, Jason, I've been lied to. I'm hurt. I'm feeling some kind of way. make sure you reach out to them. I'm pretty sure we can come up something for you. So reach out to 1-800-HURT-123. See, even Cowboys
Jason
fans love
Bond,
you.
Hurt 123.
You already
Attorney
know.
Big Al.
You already know. You already know. All right, Eddie, Bubba, have a good one, brother. Appreciate you checking in.
Bubba, thanks for checking in, man. We really appreciate it.
We'll be back on tonight after the post game here about 7:45, 7:30ish. We'll be back on here as well. But Dave, here it is, man. 2 things left. Final score, and we got final thoughts. What's the final score here today, Dave? My final score. My final score has changed, Dave, a little bit.
I haven't changed mine. I'm going to stick what I said on Wednesday night. I'm going to say Cowboys 27, Green Bay 17.
27-17. Okay, I got this a little bit closer, Dave. I got this a little bit closer. I had a 9-point win for us last week. 33. I think I said 33-24. Today, Dave, I'm gonna try to help my brother Joe out there. He wants over 51, so I'm gonna keep it over 51, of course.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go 32. I'm gonna go 32-26, Dave. Cowboys.
Okay.
It's a little bit closer, I think it is.
Yeah, a little close there.
Dave, give me one bold prediction. Today, Dave, I've been running with this. It has not happened in the whole year, but I'm still gonna run with it. I'll go first. I always said I want 3 tight end touchdowns. Dave, I'll accept 2 today. 2 tight end touchdowns, either Ferguson or most likely going to be Ferguson or Hendershot. I'm going to go 2 tight ends, and Dak throws 3 total. 1 more extra. It's a CD, most likely.
Okay. I got Dak throwing 2 touchdowns. I want to see I want to see a Pollard or Rico touchdown. I'm looking for.
So you want me to yell Rico again, huh?
Yep.
Here's the deal, Dave. I got my Rico jersey. If Rico scores in it, I will wear that. I will wear that sucker in it, and I will open the show saying, Rico.
There you go.
You already know that. Yep. Bubba says 24-7 Cowboys. Bubba's got that little bit low scoring.
24-7. Wow. Okay. I like that.
Hey, listen. Who would have thought Miami would only scored 7 points, man? You know what I mean?
I didn't see that coming either. But you know what I mean? Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yep. Like I said, it's got to be realistic. I get that 100%. Anything can happen. Playoff, everybody's 0-0.
Yeah.
Dave, how about we do final thoughts real quick because we can get that out of here. I can smell my wings cooking, ready to go. Katie just yelled at me and said, "Your wings are ready to go. Get the dog out first. Let's go because we're not going to talk to you during the game. So get ready." Dave.
Final thoughts. We are home. Let's protect our home field. Let's get this win. Get out of there and go and move on to the next round. And Dak, let's have a good game and let's go Cowboys. Let's go, boys.
Hey, final thoughts exactly. 100%. Let's get this win today. Let's win today. Let's look at the schedule today. Let's get the win today. Of course, we're at home. No more road warriors. It's home. Dak slept in his, Tempur-Pedic bed last night. Got a good sleep. And, hey, I'm ready to roll because all I can say is, Dave, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go, Dave. It's time, brother. So my name is Paul Spencer. That is Dave. You're another showstopper. We'll be back on tonight around 7:30, 7:45, about 20 minutes after the game here, after a Cowboys win. And you know what? It's time, Cowboys. As you always know, it is time to finish the fight. Quest for 6. Let's get that championship.
Starts today.
Let's get a win today. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. You already know. Dave, as we always say, how the hell do we get out of here, brother?
Go, boys, go.
You already know. See you tonight.
Here we go.